Hi everyone. I'm extremely sorry about the delay. Hi everyone, sorry about the delay. Boy, it has been very difficult for me to join today. I'm not sure what the issue is. YouTube has changed its entire streaming feature, and it's just at work. I didn't even know that it would have been this difficult. Normally, what I would have done, I'm just sharing the link to the scheduled chat that I had made before, so I can get everyone over here. I'm multitasking. I'm actually using my laptop, and sadly, I have to be streaming on my phone. This was not my intention at all, but I have to make it work. Good day, everyone. I'm really glad that you still stick around. Um, so you could hear the information that I'd intended to speak to you about. I'm just waiting for the other persons to come over. Thank you very much again. I cannot stress enough how I'm just really appreciative that everyone continue to join. I really have to delete this one that I have here, but I'm trying to get over everyone to this video before I do so. As I said, I'm here. I was here from 3, just sitting around the device trying to see how best I could salvage the situation, but it's literally outside of my control. And as I said, I have to join on my phone. Sadly, I've never done anything named live streaming on my phone. I've always done it on my laptop, but I'm just really not able to do that at the moment because of the technical difficulties that I'm having. So thank you very much for sitting here and waiting, and waiting through the whole situation of just me not being able to get online within the expected time manner, and just being patient with me. I really appreciate that. So today's today's live session is firstly to talk about the upcoming workshop on February the 12th. So that's a Saturday. For students who are Saturday worshippers. Yes, I had to get that thought out clearly. 7-day Adventists are, for whatever reason, you're not going to be able to attend the Saturday session. Provision will be made for you to sit the session on Sunday. So, although it says Saturday, the session can also be sit on Sunday. I'm trying to get the best view here. Um, it's really, as I said, really difficult for me because of just my issues. Oh boy, wrong angle. So much different wrong angles. I probably should have just stayed where I was initially. Oh boy, this is really bad. All right, sometimes you have to just take bad things with joke. I just know that it's just what it is. So as I was saying, the upcoming workshop on the 12th of February, that's going to be where the students sit a mock exam. Can you close the door for me? Sit a mock exam, and also learn how to do the actual examination. Yes, I think that's better. So we look at different questions that will come on the examination, how you should approach each question type, and just general strategies of how you would maneuver through the examination. So that's what it is for that session. So we don't use the Zoom platform. We have our own platform where students will be signed up. So once payment is made, the students will be signed up to that learning management system, the Canvas learning management system, and they'll be able to access the test from there. So the test is an online test, and the students will be signed up to the platform, go through a series of steps to be accepted to the platform or to actually see the course, and then they will send the link to people via WhatsApp. But as I said, it's a whole disconnect. It's leaving a bitter taste in my mouth. But I have worked with other situations before that has not really turned out the way I wanted to turn out, and I've worked around it. So this is just one of the situations where you plan something and whatever you plan don't happen, and you have to just improvise and work around it. So I'm sharing the link for the other persons who were previously in the or on the link before that were disconnected. Yes. So once yes. So once persons are signed up to the platform, they'll be able to see the test, and that's where they'll sit the test. It's a very comprehensive workshop, whereas after the test, after the mock exam is finished, so the child is signed up to the platform and sits the mock exam on the platform. Once the mock exam is finished, we'll go through the different questions that each child had a challenge with, and then work it out on the screen. And that is where most of the children, some of them understood the concept before. For students who did not quite understand the questions that they did, just doing it over in the after session. So we join in the conference and sit the examination. Then after the examination is for 1 hour. The mock exam is for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Then after that, we're never outside of the conference, but during the mock examination, there's not much coaching going on. When the examination is finished, though, we return to the classroom, the conference, and have a discussion about what the students did in the examination. And that's where we really get to flesh out what was done and some of the challenges students had with the examination. And then from that, they can learn how to approach certain questions that they would have seen in the mock exam. Now, the mock exam, personally, I can say that the mock exam is the closest as it gets to the actual examination. Whereas the questions that were used to create the mock exam, they were generated from previous past papers. So we're not plagiarizing the information. There's no similar question to what was on the past papers before. However, what is being done is basically it's not a mimic per se, but it's just a pattern that is being followed. So the analogy type questions will be repeated, the test completion questions will be repeated, and the artificial language questions will be repeated. All of those are from the verbal reasoning category. That will be on the actual mock examination. So in on the actual examination. So in the mock examination, those questions will be repeated. And if you look simultaneously at an actual ability test examination, the past papers, you will see that the questions, as I said, they're not the same questions, but they're very similar based on the pattern. So that is what happens in the structure of the mock exam. So that mock exam is for 1 hour and 15 minutes, as I would have stated previously, similarly to what is on the real exam, the time that is stipulated for the actual examination. And as I said, we find that it's very helpful to the students because it's as if they sit the exam already. So I've created some questions so similar to what is on the actual examination. So when students get the exam, it's as if they did the exam before. I've heard that from students to say that, Miss, you know that we got some of the same questions, and it's as if they did the exam before because of just the whole pattern of how the exam is structured. The mock exam that is going to be on the platform. To get on the platform, I'm seeing in the chat some of the comments there. To get on the platform, an email will be sent to either the WhatsApp number or an email address. This is done after payment is made. So for the workshop, it's not a free workshop. It is a very reasonable cost though. It's $2,500 at the end of today. That cost will be changed to $2,800. We had to run a promotion before, and there was an early bird cost of $2,500 from I think last week Saturday to this Saturday. But going forward, the cost would have been $2,800. So what is included in the workshop, again, let me reiterate for the students who are for the parents who are just joining now. There's a mock examination. The mock examination consists of 40 questions similar to the actual examination that will be sit come February the 22nd. It will be for 1 hour and 15 minutes, similarly to the examination that's going to be done in February. Well, February 22nd. We're already in February. And along with the mock examination, students will get coaching. I think this is the premier thing that we want the child to be getting is additional coaching, how to sit the examination. So how to attempt worded type questions, the different steps in the problem solving process, we look at those while the child is actually doing the examination. It's going to be done before though, because we meet in a class session, a conference before the mock exam, and we have a discussion before the child starts doing the examination. When the child starts doing the examination, the child is still being coached. The child is asked what question they are, what answers they are providing, if they are understanding what the question is asking them to do, and just learning different strategies of how to answer questions. For example, a multi-tiered question, students are advised to not read the question all at once. They're advised to read the questions line by line and to write down the important information. Some of the problem solving steps that we look at is how to understand the problem, how to make a plan to solve the problem, how to carry out the plan, and also how to look back over each question before they actually move on to the next question. Because this is such I wouldn't say a short examination, but 1 hour and 50 minutes is really a short time. So the child has to learn how to pace their time in order to be able to actually finish all of the questions. So revision is not encouraged to be done after every question is already answered. It's encouraged to do the revision while you're doing the question. So as soon as a question is finished, the child revises that question. So those are some of the things that we look at in the actual mock exam. And as I said, once we're finished with that examination, the child gets their grade immediately. So we get to see the progress the child is making immediately. And the mock exam, I cannot stress enough, is so close to the actual PEP examination that you can actually use this as a marker or as a benchmark to say this is where the child is at and what the child needs to work on. So with that being said, once the examination is complete, then we meet back in the classroom session where we're having a discussion about what are some of the challenges the child had in the examination, what were the questions that they had challenges with, and we're working through each of these questions. We're doing the revision after the examination. So the child gets to learn how they should have worked it out if they didn't get it correct, or to confirm that in fact they did the right thing. So these are some of the things that will be covered in the examination. Another thing that I plan to do today in this live session is just to talk about what will be coming on the actual PEP examination. So we know it by now because the teachers at school have been talking about it, to say that these are the types of things that will come on the examination. We learned the word quantitative and verbal reasoning. So those are the two types of questions that will come on the examination: quantitative and verbal reasoning. For the quantitative reasoning, you can research an actual definition, but it's basically mathematics. So it's the mathematics-centered questions on the examination. And for the verbal reasoning is the language arts-centered questions. From the verbal reasoning category, these are the topics that the child will cover. And this has been seen on all the examination. In a document that the ministry released, I'm going to share the website shortly, that you can go ahead and download that document from the website. And it has sample questions as well. The verbal reasoning type questions are analogy, classification, text completion, reading comprehension. So the students will get a reading passage to answer one or two questions from. They'll also have logical deduction type questions, as well as artificial language type questions. So those are the different topics that will cover the verbal reasoning aspect of the ability test examination. For the quantitative type reasoning question, it's general problem solving, more structured towards identifying patterns. A lot of patterns will be on the examination. Series completion, coding and decoding, and also some fraction questions. Not a lot of fraction questions will be on the examination, but some fraction questions will be on the examination. Some of the resources that I wanted to share were, so there's a particular website, the Study Ada website. I'm going to share it in the chat now. I have to be multitasking literally. So I'm going to share the website first. I'm going to share the website to the chat. Practice. That dot wordpress.com. So that's the website. You can go on the website and download the different PEP resources, you can go under the tab, the grade 6 tab, as well as you can go under the ability test tab. So I've shared the website just now. Some of the skills that the child needs to learn before they're able to sit the ability test examination is decision making skills and general problem solving skills. The other topics from the quantitative type reasoning are representing quantities, and that comes on a fraction. Comparing quantities also with fraction. You can also compare quantities using decimals as well as general measurement, general units of measurement. There's also going to be approximation and estimation and data analysis using tables or graphs such as charts. So those are the types of questions that will come from the quantitative reasoning category. As I said, all of these information, I'm actually going to be uploading them after this live session to the website, so you can be able to see the information that the ministry has shared and the types of questions that will come on the examination and what the ministry wants to be seeing, as well as what you're going to see as sample questions. And let me go ahead and share the resources. Now, this website, Study Other Websites, I've been using it from the inception of the ability test. It's an Indian website, but they're very good with very good with mental ability type questions. To maneuver the website, I have other videos on this YouTube channel that will teach you how to maneuver the website. So if you go to the ability test playlist, then you will see other videos where I go through past papers and show the children how to get onto this website and how to maneuver it to get the resources. So while the booklet that I'm going to share from the ministry has the type of questions that will come on the examination and some examples and some practice questions, but very small amount of practice questions. When you go on this website, you will have numerous, and I mean over 1,000 ability test questions. I think it doesn't get better than this. I'm sharing my number now, am I? Over 1,000 ability test questions. And for the students that are in my ability test program or general grade 6 tutoring, PEP tutoring for the grade 6 examination, these are the drills that we go through. So I'll start them out on the ministry booklet, but we gradually move on to this website that I'm sharing. I'm going to share another website shortly. And what happens is that it has notes. What cannot be accessed? You have to tell me what cannot be accessed. Is it the website, my website, or is it the practice website? I said the web. I want to know which, copy and paste which link you're not able to access. So I think I've just reshared it. Both of them. That's odd. I'm going to look at it after it. So we start out with it. Sorry, the general notes that were given in the ministry booklet. And then try to click back at it because I just actually copied it from the website instead. So if I copied it from the website, that's the actual link. So they have notes. Initially I typed it in, but now I copied and pasted it. Yes, all right, great. So the ministry, the information in the ministry booklet is very limited. And that's why I urge you to go to the website. Because once you garner the general knowledge of what an analogy type question is, what a sequencing type question is, then you can now go to the website. And then you're going to also see analogy in the notes section. As I said, you can check out the other videos that I've done before that shows you how to maneuver the website. So, and I think it's pretty straightforward still if you're interested in figuring it out, because I didn't have a particular person that showed me how to use the website. I just tried to click on different things, and eventually I learned what to do. So there's a notes section, and there's also the question bank section. Now each question bank has over 50 questions. So if you click on the analogy notes and you read the notes to get an idea of what analogy is, as I said, this would have already been presented in the ministry booklet that would have been downloaded from the website. Once you understand what the analogy type is, question is, and how the different type of analogy questions can come, now you can go to the question bank and do as many analogy questions as possible. And I always tell students to exhaust themselves. Just go on the website and do as much question. What the greatest thing about the website is that you don't have to wait on a teacher's feedback. The answers are given immediately. So if you select on one answer, it tells you whether it's correct or incorrect. And they also have something that says solution, that if you click on solution, you can see how the actual answers came about, or how they arrived at the answers. So I think that's very just a very good resource to use. The other website, I'm sharing it now. And as I said, these are the same websites I use in my private practice. I have other resources, but these are some of the main resources that I use. And I find where it is just very helpful. Once the child does as many practices of these as possible, we can literally say the first choice is already they already passed for their first choice, because there's really no question that the ministry can bring that are not on these categories, and you wouldn't be familiarized with once you go through these many practices. So it's just, this is basically the holy grail to ability test preparation. So that's it, basically. So to get onto the workshop though, oh boy, I've never done a live session on my phone. I'm still trying to work my angles. Very poor. That's it though. We have to improvise. That's what it's about. And as I said, you make plans and they don't work out, because I'm just still here trying to figure out why it did not quite work out on my laptop. But I know I'll figure this out later on. But because of the short notice, and I just had to come online to speak to you all about the workshop, hence I had to just jump on. So to wrap things up, the workshop that I'm hosting is on the 12th of February. This is a Saturday. However, if you're not able to join on the Saturday, provision will be made for your examination on the Sunday. So I think that's the most important thing there. Also, the cost is $2,500 for today. After today ends, that special early bird cost would have elapsed, and the cost would have been now $2,800. To make payments, students or parents, to make payments, you can make payments in person at 51 Duke Street, and that's downtown, or you can either make payment via bank transfer, or you can go to the actual website that I would have shared before and go to events and click on the ability test tab and pay for the workshop there. So that's something that can be done. Let me share my number once again. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp with this number where I can share the payment details, and you can go ahead and make payment there once the payment details are are recorded, or you get the payment details. Um, Use up the resources that were shared today. I cannot stress enough how those resources are very, very helpful. And it really doesn't get better than that. It really, really doesn't get better than those resources that I've shared. And yes, continue to practice for your examination. Continue to practice for your examination, and I wish you all the best in your examination as well. Um, Check out the videos on the YouTube channel. Check out the videos on the YouTube channel from the ability test playlist, where we went over the past papers from 2019, 2020, and the 2021 ability test paper is also on the YouTube channel, and I went through that not in thorough detail, but the answers would have been shared for the 2019 and 2020 past paper. Those are done thoroughly, where I even show some of the same strategies that are going to be encountered in the workshop, where whereas I teach children how to answer these type of questions. And for the website that was shared, peppractice.wordpress.com, that website has the actual 2021 past papers. As I said, I'm going to see how best I can upload some of the other past papers from the ministry. I'm going to see how best I can upload some of the other past papers from the ministry, the 2019 and the 2020. Not sure if those are on the website, but I know that the 2021 is definitely on the website. And the ministry material, the materials that the ministry sent out for the ability test, those will also be uploaded to the website. So use up the resources that are shared, the Study Other website, the sawal.com website, and as well as the PEP Practice website that has the resources. And I wish you all the best in your examination. And I also look forward to seeing some of you in the, if not all of you, at the workshop on February the 12th. And so you can get the first-hand experience of doing the mock exam and getting the one-on-one coaching with me. So that's where we end for today. I'll see you all in our next ability test series, where I'll try to look at some other strategies, and as well as go through some of the ministry booklets on how to prepare for the ability test examination.